All right, scholars, this is your listen and respond for this week for purple. This is chapter 9, It. So here is the picture of the chapter. So go ahead and use this for your preview. Make sure your name is at the top. Make sure you have a Wrinkle in Time chapter 9. Make sure the chapter's here because I have 9 of these and I don't like to guess which one it is that you're working on. So make sure you're labeling them with the correct number. Go ahead and preview this. Readers always collect clues before they get started reading. Look at the front and back covers. In our case, we're just looking at the chapter picture. And then fill in the chart. What do you think this is going to be about? So I think this will be about blank. I think this because I see blank. Or I think this because blank happened previously. So another thing this chapter might be about is blank. I think this because blank. Okay, once you've done that, you can go ahead and follow along. Oof! The real Charles would never laugh at me. Oh, Father. Looks a mess, doesn't he? Charles, that's Father! Father! So what? Let me in to him, Charles. No, if you really want to help him, I must do as I have done and go into it. Take my word for it, Margaret. It wants you to, and it will get you. And for thou wast a spirit too delicate to act her earthly and abhorred commands. She did confine thee into a cloven pine. Stop staring at me. It's like Mrs. Who said, you're like Ariel in the Tempest, Charles, trapped in the cloven pine, and I can let you out. Look at me, Charles. Come back to us. Come back, Charles. He almost came out. He almost came back to us. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get in. They're asking too much of us. Mrs. Who's spectacles. Give me those. The door, I can see it. Meg, give them to me. Father, oh Father, oh Father. Meg, Meg, what are you doing here? Where's your mother? Where are the boys? We have to go to Charles Wallace quickly. Father. Can't you see me? No, Meg. Here, I'm afraid your glasses won't help, Meg. Please try them, Father. Just try. Yes, how extraordinary. I can almost see the atoms rearranging. Can you see now? Yes. Charles. Meg, what's happened to him? That isn't Charles, is it? It has him, Father. Meg, I'm in prison here. I have been for... Father, these walls, you can go through them. I came into the column to get you. It was the glasses. Mrs. Who's glasses? I think they help the atoms rearrange. Put your arms around my neck, Meg. Hold on tight. Close your eyes and don't be afraid. It is not pleased. Charles Wallace, what do you want? I'm your father, Charles. Hiya, Pop. That isn't Charles, Father. Charles isn't like that. It has him. Yes, I see. Charles, come here. When you speak to me, you will say no, Father, or no, sir. Look at me. No. Come off it, Pop. You're not the boss around here. Bam, bam, bam. Calvin! He can't hear you. Yeah. Who's Calvin? You'll have to defer your explanations. We're going now. Going where? To it. No, you can't take Meg there. You know she wouldn't be able to hold out. Exactly. Where are we going? To it. I don't want to go. I can't. We can't leave Charles Wallace. They wouldn't like it. Who wouldn't? Mrs. Whatsit and Company. But they betrayed us. They brought us here to this terrible place and abandoned us. And even Father can't help Charles, so how? You sit down and give up if you like. I'm sticking with Charles. I didn't mean. Do something, Father. Do something. Save us. Okay, so I'm going to pause right here. Let's go ahead and fill out the new characters that we've come up to. So we have father. I'm thinking that the it is going to be on there, so let's put that. What's the setting? So they're still in the building. And it matches what's happening. I need you to tell me that. So you need to come up with 1, 2 for each of these, only if it continues, right? So far we don't have a third, but if we do, you'll need to come up with 2 for each of it, right? Make a prediction. So let's go back here. It's saying that it looks like they're walking around the corner and they're expecting their father to help them. So what is something you think might happen next? Something I think might happen next is Meg's father will be able to help. I think this because he has been there and he is very smart, right? Okay, so I want you to come up with another thing and tell me why you think that. And then we'll do the visualize in just a second. So let's jump back into the story. It's in there waiting for us. Click, 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 click. What is that? It is a brain. Glorp, quiver, gurgle, squish, ooze. Ew, that's gross. Charles's eyes. Don't give in. I won't. Help, Meg. That pulsing light. I can feel it. Bah, in my heart. In my lungs. It's trying to hypnotize us. It would be so easy to let go. Meg, I give you your faults. Anger, impatience, stubbornness. Georgie Porgy, pudding and pie. Kissed the girls and made them cry. No, that's no good. Nursery rhymes just fall into the rhythm. But what about the Declaration of Independence? We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But that's exactly what we have on Camazotz. Complete equality, everyone alike. No! Like and equal are not the same thing at all. Good girl, Meg. In Camazotz, all are equal. In Camazotz, everybody is the same as everybody else. Like and equal are 2 entirely different things. Destroy me and you also destroy your little brother. The periodic table of the elements, Meg. Say it. Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. 2 rhythmical. What's the square root of 5? The square root of 5 is 2.236. 2.236 times 2.236 equals 5. What is the square root of 7? The square root of 7 is, it's getting to me. I can't hold out much longer. We've got to get out of here. Tesser, sir. Tesser. Oh, wow. So that's an interesting picture. So let's go ahead and pause here. What are we visualizing this is going to look like when she tessers? So a lot of us are having a really hard time with visualization. When I say the word visualize, you're thinking like, what are you seeing? What are you looking at? So you're telling me about what your mind movie looks like. Pretend like I can't see and you have to describe what is in front of me to me. So I'm imagining the part in the story where Meg's dad tessers away, right? I'm imagining it looks like, so what do you think it looks like? I think it looks like chaotic, like chaos. So 3 things to describe this are, so it looks like darkness, so absolute darkness. It looks like they're broken into pieces. Shards of souls. Okay, so I gave you 2. You can pick one of mine and use it if you would like. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but I want at least 2 of these to come up with on your own. You need to have all 3 filled in, but at least 2 of them have to be your own thought about what you're seeing. What is your mind movie seeing when they tesser? And then tell me what's making you think this. I think this because the drawing. I think this because of what happened in the story so far. Tell me where you're getting this info from. Okay? Then I want you to turn to the back. You're going to summarize this chapter. In your own words, give me a summary of the story you just listened to. The story, A Wrinkle in Time, Chapter 9, talks about Meg, Calvin, Charles, and Dad. In the beginning, what's happening in the beginning, what happens in the middle, what happens at the end. So a sentence to sum up each part of this chapter. Then you're going to open up Google Classroom and start a new post. You're going to pick one of the options. You guys have been pretty good about this, so I'm not going to get into too much detail. You're either going to do Making Connections or Story Continued. Whichever one you do, please make sure that you put a title so that I know if you're doing Making Connections or if you're doing Story Continued. Once you do that, then you're finished. You can put this into the drawer for your grade. Make sure your name is on it and make sure the chapter number is on it. And then you can go to Lexia, IXL, or, excuse me, Moby Max.